Welcome to this week's episode of Collectively Cambridge.
We're going to hear about Samira's time at Cambridge House.
So this is Amy, and I'm going to ask her a few questions now about Cambridge House. What primary school did you go to before coming to Cambridge House?
I went to Brisbane Primary School.
And how many people came from Brisbane?
Probably around 8.
Okay, so this is Ethan, and we're going to be asking him a few questions about his time here. So Ethan, what primary school did you go to?
Hazelbank Primary School.
And how many people came from Hazelbank?
5 counting me.
So this is Caleb, and we're just going to ask Caleb a few questions. So the first one is, what primary school did you go to?
I used to go to Grace Hill. It's in Galgorm, but it's really like there's a lot of people that's went to Grace Hill that's came into Cambridge. Like Jaden, he's my friend. He's been my friend since like P1, and there's a few other people, but I don't know them.
So now we're joined with Grace. So Grace, I'm just going to ask you a few questions. So what primary school did you go to?
I went to Portland Primary School.
So this is Alan, and I'm going to ask him some questions about his time at Cambridge House. So Alan, what primary school did you go to?
I went to Portland Primary School, and it was a wee small country primary school. There was 18 in our P7 class, and I think about 8 came to Cambridge, so the vast majority.
Very good. That's quite a lot actually, for such a small school.
I'm just going to be asking Alana a few questions. So what primary school did you go to?
I went to Four Towns Primary School.
So this is Rachel, and we're going to ask her a few questions now. So, what primary school did you go to?
I went to Brisbane Primary School.
And how many people came to Cambridge House from Brisbane?
Probably about 6 or 7.
So this is Tom. We're going to ask him some questions now about his life at Cambridge House. So Tom, what primary school did you go to?
I went to Four Towns in Hoggle. There were about 30 people in our class, and then I think there were maybe 8 came to Cambridge House.
So what's your favourite moment being at Cambridge House so far?
It's probably just whenever I first came in, I made lots of new friends and I saw my form class for the first time.
Probably scoring a try against Dalriada in rugby. I
Very
enjoyed
good.
that.
Do you like rugby?
Yeah. It's
What position are you?
Winger.
Winger, very good. You fast?
Yeah.
Good job.
My favourite moment is probably coming into the school and meeting everyone.
Very
And
good.
making friends.
Letting the hens out in our enrichment.
And what enrichment is that in?
Small holding.
My favourite moment is from in science when I won Kahoot first place 3 times in a row.
My favourite moment is rugby. That's rugby. Like all of the people, like my friends, I've got really close to some with rugby because when I first joined Cambridge House, I was like a bit. I didn't know what to expect, so I was really nervous the first day I walked into Cambridge House.
My favourite moment at Cambridge House was meeting all my teachers and making all new friends.
Probably either this, 'cause it's one of the biggest things I've done so far, or else playing rugby.
What position are you in rugby?
I play fullback and
Fullback.
wing.
Have you played any games yet?
Yeah, we've played against Dalriada and Antrim Grammar.
What's something fun that you've taken part in and why?
Enrichment, because enrichment is like so where you sell stuff and then you just in this big carnival we had a few months ago, we sold all the stuff and I made brownies and there was 4 people in my group, Ryan, Callum, Taylor and including me, and I think it was really fun.
Well, I've taken part in Lego Robotics Club, and we build Lego robots and we program them on the computers to do different things and tasks.
Very good. Are there any competitions that involve that?
I think there will be some in the future, hopefully.
Maybe when you're older?
I've taken part in hockey and netball after school, and yeah, I enjoy those because I love sport.
I took part in the art pumpkin competition because I was thinking about doing something like it anyways.
I've been doing enrichment at the minute, so I'm in SU. It's fun because we play games and stuff and we get juice and biscuits.
I do hockey and netball, it's really fun. Each of them, they're just amazing, they're really fun.
Very good. Have you made friends from it as well?
Yeah. I've taken part in SU because it's really fun and educational.
So who's your favourite teacher at school?
Mr. Johnson,
Why?
because he's ginger.
No, you can't say that. You can't say that.
Okay, so who's your favourite teacher
Mr. Johnson,
and why?
he teaches us rugby.
My favourite teacher is probably Miss Johnston. She's my form teacher, and she's also my maths teacher. Like, she makes maths really fun.
My favourite teacher is probably Miss Dempster. She's a science teacher and I like her, so do.
Do you like science?
Yeah.
Would that be your favourite subject?
I'm also related to one of the teachers. Miss Gillespie's my cousin, so
Very good.
a bit pressured into saying her name, but
My favourite teachers would be Miss Dempster or Mr. McFeely because they're both fun, but you still learn lots.
Mr. Johnson is definitely one of them. It's only because he teaches rugby, because he doesn't teach me any of the other subjects. And Mr. Nickel, I like him because he can have crack sometimes, and like he's enjoyable sometimes. And also Mr. Harkness is just the same. Miss Beattie is a really kind teacher, so I just like her.
So you have quite a few favourite
quite a few.
teachers.
My favourite teacher is probably Miss Johnson because she makes maths really fun and not boring. So
Probably either Mr. Johnson or Mr. Harkness, because Mr. Johnson's a really good head of year and rugby coach.
my favourite teacher would either be my maths teacher, Miss Johnson, because she makes maths really fun by playing games like bingo, or my form teacher, Mrs. Bradley, who showed me a way around the school, gave me my timetable and really introduced me to it.
So what's something that surprised you about Cambridge House?
Getting to play rugby with the second years.
something that surprised me was how good the canteen food was. From primary school, no offence to it, but it wasn't the best, but there's so much variety and stuff in the Cambridge canteen
That's
really
good.
enjoyable.
What's your favourite meal out of the canteen?
I really like their spaghetti bolognese.
It doesn't take a long time to find your way around the school.
Just everything that including Cambridge House, like subjects were really hard. And the teachers are also really helpful sometimes, especially when you get stuck on something.
Something that surprised me about Cambridge House was how easy it was to get around the school. I was really scared about getting lost, but then I found my way around really easily.
Probably just the fact that everyone's really welcoming and they're nice whenever they don't mind if you ask questions and stuff.
It's probably how easy it was to get around. Like I was really scared at first, but it was actually really easy after a couple of days.
What would you say to someone that was thinking about joining Cambridge House?
It's an amazing school, and if you're thinking of coming in September, then don't hesitate in coming.
I'd say go for it. I really enjoy it myself. I enjoy learning different things, and the teachers are very nice, and there's so many after school stuff that are interesting and fun as well.
Talk to anyone and then you'll make friends better.
Just don't be worried. It's not as confusing as you think. After a couple of days, you manage to find your way around the school.
I'd say it's an amazing school, and if you do come to make lots of new friends and take part in lots of activities.
Don't be scared to ask questions.
Don't be scared to go up to someone and say hi to make friends. Just go for it.
I would just say don't be nervous to ask any questions, or maybe go to a teacher if you ever need help. And just be positive about everything. Expect a lot to happen in Cambridge House.
Yes, and what do you do for enrichment?
I started off with a science club, and then I moved to an enterprise. So enjoy enterprise a lot.
I do SU. It's really fun. We learn about different things all about God, and we get just some biscuits, and we get to know other people.
I do enterprise.
Enterprise, and what all would you do in enterprise?
We make shops to sell stuff
That's cool.
at break.
Yeah.
I do Scripture Union, Junior SU.
What are you looking forward to and why?
I'm looking forward to moving seats and more non-uniform days.
Rugby matches because I want to win them.
I'm looking forward to playing matches in hockey and netball and getting to know more people.
I'm looking forward to the football because I play football, and I hope to play maybe in tournaments and stuff in it.
Do you play for a team outside of school?
Yeah,
Who do you play for?
Coaching for Christ.
Very good.
I'm looking forward to seeing what I'm good at and what I'm not, and making more and more friends over the years.
Football, and because I broke my femur bone a few years ago, and I stopped playing football, and I really want to get back into it. I'm also when I'm older, I'm also excited for the skiing trip, because I also really like skiing.
I'm looking forward to like learning new things and making lots of new friends.
What's your favourite moment from Cambridge House?
Oh, that's a good one. My favourite moment. That's hard. I'm probably gonna say the hockey tour to Holland that I went on a couple of years ago. It was really good.
Tom, is there anything you want to ask Philip?
Yeah, what's your favourite activity you've taken part in so far at Cambridge House?
Well, I've played football from third year in Cambridge House. That's when it started, but probably football. Yeah.
Who's your favourite teacher?
My favourite teacher would be Miss Mullen. She teaches food and nutrition and she's just so helpful through everything and mix the subjects so easily, and her cups of tea every lesson are also a really good benefit.
What's your favourite moment in Cambridge House?
My favourite moment would probably be going on one of the SU weekends where we done like surfing and paddleboarding and stuff like that. It was really good fun.
So my question for you would be, what advice would you give to someone who was thinking about joining Cambridge?
Well, the advice I was given whenever I was in P7 was just enjoy it, take all opportunities you get, take them, get involved in after school activities. The teachers are there if you have any questions, ask questions and they'll be able to help you. So, yeah.
Hope you enjoyed this week's episode on Collectively Cambridge.
If you're watching this on YouTube, make sure to like and subscribe and turn on notifications to hear when we next upload on our podcast.
Make sure to share it on Facebook.
Thank you for watching this week's episode of Collectively Cambridge.
Good luck to all P7s getting their results on Saturday.
Thanks for watching. Adios.
Anything for donuts. Where's your mask?
Donuts.
Would you like a donut?
I would love a donut.
I would.
Thank you.
Thank you. At least it poison or something.
No poison in them.
Why are you laughing?
Ethan, if you had to sum up your time at Cambridge House in 3 words, what would they be?
Rugby's the best.
Rugby's the best.
Yeah.
Anything else?
No. I messed up so much.
Make me
Keep going.
Tune into this week's episode of Furious to learn about them. Oh my god, I messed up. Right. I forget what I said.
Ethan, what was your favourite bit about being on the podcast?
The donuts.
The donuts?
Yeah.
Alan, what was your favourite bit?
Probably also the donuts.
If you had to say something else.
I enjoyed talking and getting out of class. Donuts and getting out of class, and also like, I don't know, that's it.
I'm so bad at this.
It's alright.
He's better than me, but
I know he is. You're going to be out of a job here. I don't know.